think that after years of playing an assortment of fighting games, I would already know all the basic concepts that come with the genre. Well, if that's the case, I got some bad news for you. You're going to be really disappointed. Now, I can say for sure some of the technical aspects, such as risk reward, and the nuances of reaction time and some of the stuff, and even some of the more fake concepts, or more like abstract concepts, such as neutral and Yomi levels, and even like overloading someone's mental stat, right? But I wanted to specifically talk about a concept that I've known for the longest time, but I've never really been able to fully internalize it until recently. And I know it's useful because before I would be completely exhausted from decision fatigue, fighting for my life in a ring session, only for me to get mediocre results at best. But nowadays I play consistently better with less conscious effort, and I'm not exhausted like I'm a peasant who owed someone money in the Middle Ages, and now I'm tied down on their farmland, doing their crops, because otherwise I'm gonna get shot. Just so we're all on the same page here, I'm still talking about competitive ranked games, alright? Man, this stuff gets serious, man, I promise. And even though I took almost a year break from Street Fighter, coming back, I've not only beat my previous MR peak with the same character, but I've also done it with another character as well, so it has to work, I hope. Small note, I think Z Viper is really fucking cool. I love her so much. She's awesome, and I could go on for so much longer about all the things I enjoy about her, but I'm just gonna leave it at I'm glad that she's in the game and I'm having a great time with her. Anyways, the most important part to me is not the specific concept itself, but rather where the concept came from and how it applied to somewhere else. Alright, again, I've known about this concept specifically for fighting games for a while, but fighting games is not where I developed a deep understanding of it. It actually came from hero shooters.
Leave me alone! What about Widowmaker? I'm already Widowmaker. I'll be Bastion.
So, what's this secret concept that I've been hyping up about, right? What is this? What am I shilling, okay? Well, it's that people are really, really fucking stupid. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain why I only really understood that in these games, but not these. In fighting games, you are a one-man team, therefore you have near complete control on your ability to win. Your technical skill, your emotional state, your decision making on resources, it's all given to you and you alone. And you use that control to fight your opponent in a duel to the death, 2 out of 3 style, although 3 out of 5 is also acceptable. However, you can throw all that agency out the window whenever you play a game like Rivals or Overwatch. You are only granted a fraction of that control because there are 6 people on a team, and there are 6 people on the enemy team, and you alone cannot win the objective against another 6 people by yourself. You can't even win against 4 or 3 people. You can't even win against 1, depending on the matchup. This means that you really need to rely on your teammates to get stuff done. And this is where it becomes pretty problematic when your precious elo is on the line, you're fighting for your life, and all you can see is your teammates making decisions that seem like they've just been fresh out of a lobotomy session. Now, I'm not saying people can't make mistakes, or you should expect pro-level gameplay from your teammates all the time, or any of the time, for that matter, because I know just as much about making obvious mistakes in a match and then proceeding to die from it. Alright, but it's the teammates who just clearly do not have a singular neuron firing in their brain towards helping the match. They might as well be AI and nobody would notice. But this video is not about me crashing out. The reason I bring this up is because before hero shooters, I never realized how genuinely unskilled and uninformed someone could be when playing a game, a competitive game at that. I'm not trying to be needlessly rude or mean. This is a genuine epiphany that I had because in fighting games, the only person on my team is me. I can already reflect and think about my own actions in the game and improve that way, but for the longest time I've failed to accurately determine just how skilled my opponent actually is. I've always thought that my opponent are thinking the same amount as me, But after being exposed to hero shooters and losing my elo to some very incompetent players, I realized that whether they're on my team in a hero shooter or they're my opponent in a fighting game, people, they are not really thinking that much. They are not thinking that deep. Sure, there can be times when you get teammates or opponents that show some semblance of adapting to a game and making better decisions, and it'll probably be more common the higher rank you go. But for the most part, it is actually more of a rarity for anyone to show any kind of thinking. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about this mostly because I wanted to crash out over how long it took me to realize this. Yes, I actually misled all of you from before saying that this wasn't a crash out video. It is, and I'm fucking livid. But the smaller reason of the two is that maybe there's a person out there who hasn't really thought or fully digested the concept that I talked about, and it would really help them out if I did. So let me just summarize it, alright? Please do not overestimate your opponent's ability. For the vast majority of people, they are probably not as good as you think they are. Let them prove themselves in-game that they have the capability of playing outside of their flowchart, and not like a robot, alright? Because otherwise, you don't need to stress yourself out about making the correct decisions and outsmarting them all the time, because you can't outsmart something that isn't thinking to begin with. I don't have a extravagant line or a piece of script to close out this video, to be honest, but I'm sure my editor will figure something out. Stay safe out there, enjoy some video games. I'm out.